Good morning and welcome to PlayOnSports.com's live coverage of Northern Section Girls Volleyball and the Northern Section Girls Volleyball Championships. I'm Jeff Kurtz alongside Nick Dobis. We are live at Red Bluff High School on the best seats in the house, Nick, and a couch right here in the middle of the stands where we'll be calling all 5 games for you today, some good ones. And we're starting here at the Division 6 level this morning with the runner-up from last year, the number 1 seed Mercy Warriors, taking on what is really turning into a Cinderella story for the Liberty Christian Patriots led by head coach Andy Rodriguez.
That's right. Jeff. You know, the Patriots are 0-3 against their 5-star league counterparts this season, but these Cinderellas are the highest seed to advance to the championship round in this Northern Section divisional tournament, and winning 5 of their last 6 matches. Their last loss to the hands of Los Molinos, who will be playing for the Division Section championship in this next round. So I think that the Patriots can continue to believe in each other and continue to ignore the naysayers and ride this incredible late-season momentum with just 6 players. If they can rely on their conditioning and take the Warriors to the limit, they may just find that the glass slipper fits this time.
Well, and we should emphasize more than once, 6 players.
Six
that's
players.
The entire roster, folks, for Coach Rodriguez, as a number of players dropped out over the course of the year. But Coach Rodriguez has managed to work with these girls, and they've worked extremely hard. And now playing with just 6 athletes, nobody on the bench, which is going to make the roster fairly easy for us. But it's been quite a run for Liberty Christian, yet they have faced this Mercy Warriors team 3 times already this year and come up on the short end every single time. Mercy, led by head coach Zane Zeli and his assistant Shannon Threlkild, they've really got the Warriors humming, and they feel very confident coming into today's game.
Yeah, this is a very strong team coming into this game. Coming off a 28-10 regular season record, 11-1 in league play, and they didn't have too much trouble going through the tournament, so it should be a textbook David and Goliath matchup here in the first game.
Mercy had to get through Reading Christian at the end of the regular season and then in the semifinals in order to reach this championship. Meanwhile, Liberty Christian shut out Greenville 3-0 to get here. Liberty Christian will be to our right-hand side. They're in the navy blue jerseys with the white lettering, the red trim. They are going right to left. Mercy Warriors, the home team, on this neutral court. They're in the white jerseys, the long sleeves with the navy blue lettering, navy blue shorts. They will be going left to right. Last-minute instructions from both coaches. Andy Rodriguez telling us that Liberty Christian's going to have to play solid defense. They aren't really going to do a lot of blocking at the net, but they fly around, and they're going to have to play really solid D to win this game. Meanwhile, Zane Zeli telling us before the game, serve receive going to be critical for Mercy, and if they pass well, he is confident of their chances. Here we are set and ready to go. Hannah Knowles will be serving first for Liberty Christian. She's on the floor with Lacey Asdurian, Isabel Henson, Andy Nelson, Katie Donovan, and Alyssa Rude. Meanwhile, countering for Mercy, Ella Fleet, Brianna Kemp, Maddie Coelho, Jessica Curl, Michelle Jaramillo, Casey Kemp, and Mariah Kingwell. We are set, we are ready, we are underway in this Division 6 championship game, and Mercy quickly on the attack, and they're going to draw the first point. Ella Fleet, the middle hitter, with a kill, and it is 1-0 Warriors.
Yeah, nice setup there for Ella Fleet. TJ Holmes from the Record Searchlight told us that she's really the spitfire of this team, really gets the team going, so that's a great start for Mercy right there.
Jaramillo is going to check out of the ball game. In for the first time, Julia Mislin for Mercy. Off the serve. Free opportunity for the Warriors. They're going right to the middle again, and we're going to see a lot of Ella Fleet in this one, Nick. Fleet leads the team in kills with 262 this year.
Yeah, not only do they have the height numbers advantage, but they also have the height advantage in this matchup as well.
Casey Kemp on the serve and a miscommunication with Liberty Christian, and Mercy's jumped out to a 3-0 lead in game 1. A lot of seniors on this Mercy team, losing last year to Champion Christian. Ball hits the ceiling. Playable if it lands on your side here in the shorter ceiling at Red Bluff High School. Past middle, there's Fleet again. And unable to get the pancake save was Alyssa Rude, who is coming off an ACL surgery in the offseason and banged her knee in the playoffs on the kneecap. As here's another attempt by Liberty over in 3, no, into the net, and it's 5-0 Mercy. And her doctor had to go and install a special knee pad on her brace in order to provide some extra cushion. And when you've only got 6 players, Coach Rodriguez was saying, the official told me, bring in your sub. She's all sub. Have you looked at my bench? We don't have any subs.
Yeah, she really is a testament to the grittiness of this Patriot team. Tip the cap to her to working through her injuries and staying in with this team.
Attack from the middle by Liberty Christian. Nice dig by Mercy, keeping it alive. That was Coelho. Good rally. Our best one so far here of game 1. On the attack, dug nicely in the back row, but an overpass. Jessica Curl did a nice redirect, but Mercy was unable to transition that into points, and Liberty Christian's on the board. It's 5-1.
And it always feels good getting that first point on the board right there. Nice job by the Patriots.
Serving is Andy Nelson. Here's a bump set back row to Curl, flat-footed over in 3. Set near side, going up. Nice kill attempt, but even better dig is Dorian dug by Bree Kemp. Here is a pass in the back row. On the attack, nice job, Liberty Christian. It's not going to be spectacular, but if it gets the job done, Nick, there's a point for the Patriots.
Yeah, and showing some leadership right there by Az Dorian, the junior, stepping up with a nice spike right there. I think that's going to be the key matchup is Az Dorian and Fleet, 2 of the real spitfires on both of these teams.
Here's Fleet on the attack in the middle. What an approach! Somebody call maintenance here at Red Bluff. There's a dent in the floor after that one.
Az Dorian says, I can do good, and Ella Fleet saying, I can do better with that one right there, kind of silencing the crowd here for just a few minutes.
Maddie Coelho to serve. 6-2 our score. And a miscommunication. Boy, that's something, too. When you don't have a great block on the front of the net because of the height disadvantage Liberty Christian has, you can't have too many unforced errors, especially when you're the underdog.
No, yeah, especially against a tough team like Liberty Christian. Against Mercy.
There's a service error by Maddie Coelho, and the point goes to Liberty Christian. They trail 7-3. Now back to serve Andy Nelson, one of several seniors on this team. 3 seniors, a freshman, makes that 2 freshmen, and a junior on the floor. Here's Fleet on the attack. Nice dig, and getting it over just barely. Great hustle by Asdorian. Here's a pass. This time it's going to be Kemp. Dug by Asdorian, who's looking for a return pass. Gets it. She goes up, blocked. Still playable. Liberty Christian unable to get it, and a nice block by Ella Fleet.
Yeah, Ella Fleet making her presence known not only on the offensive side, but with a great defensive effort right there to put another point on the board.
Ella Fleet is nothing short of amazing for this team as she serves. And as soon as I say that, I put the whammy on her, and she says a service error. 8-4 the score, but she leads the team in kills, second in aces, first in blocks, second in digs. I don't know what her GPA is. I wouldn't be surprised if she leads the team in that or is up there. Here's a service error on the part of Asdorian, so the teams exchange points 9-4.
Yeah,
we've got a timeout by Liberty Christian. But go ahead, Nick. What were you about to say?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, Ella Fleet looks definitely locked and loaded right there. And talking to Coach Rodriguez of Liberty Christian, she told us that 4 of her players left the team midway through the season. And as a senior, on that team, that can be really disheartening. But I really give a tip of the cap to this senior squad, stepping up, being leaders, and really rallying the squad to an impressive second half of the season.
Yeah, they really went on a run. A couple of losses late. You mentioned to Los Molinos, who's playing Hamilton in the Division V championship game. That's coming up next at approximately 1 p.m. A loss to Mercy in October. But given that down the stretch, they had they're dealing with all these issues, integrating players, then making it all work, and also the conditioning required to play all 6, and you're playing the entire match. It's been quite an effort by Liberty Christian to get to the championship. Here's Julia Mislin on the serve, and it's going to be out. That's one of the things Coach Zeli was worried about, is giving away free points in a game like this. 9-5 our score.
Yeah, if you're Liberty Christian, if you're Mercy, you just really want to jump on the Patriots right away and not let them go to limit.
Here's the serve from Isabel Henson, one of 2 freshmen on this team. Pass middle, Jessica Curl, she gets the put away. Surprisingly, Curl, given that she's the tallest player on either team, going 6'2", not a lot of kills this year, but her defense has been pretty good as well. You can tell right away from her work in the back row as Mariah Kingwell is going to check in, replacing Maddie Coelho in the front row for Mercy, and now serving is Brianna Kemp. Kemp's dug in the back. Here's a bump set near side to Knowles. Knowles gets it over, up in the air to Kingwell. Return pass. This is Fleet from the back row, and a tough pass from Asdorian to the setter, Katie Donovan, and that's going to be a point to Mercy.
Yeah, nice little hesitation move by Ella Fleet to get the defense looking the wrong way.
Kemp is dug in the back by Henson. Here's a pass back row. Asdorian off the block. Nice job hitting the turf, or hitting the court, making the play. Fleet. Kemp sends it deep and gets the point.
See, it's those kind of moxie plays that Fleet, does. She always has the big scores, but digging deep for that ball to keep the ball alive is huge.
Henson. Pass going to the outside. Deep ball. Knowles is dug. Pass middle. Curl. Good play in the back row by Asdorian. Knowles again. Blocked at the net. Liberty Christian is there. Over and 2. Opportunity. Are they going to go to Curl? No. Far side. It actually overshot Curl and is going to go out. I don't think Kingwell was expecting the approach there, and it went over Curl's head, and then redirect went out of bounds.
No, and I think this taller front is really frustrating the Patriots, and having Fleet in the back is a pretty dynamic setup.
Here's the pass. Curl off the block, playable. Nice job by Liberty Christian. They're going to send it deep. Kemp goes middle. And a nice job by Mercy. Brianna Kemp, the junior, her older sister Casey, is the setter.
Yeah, and these Kemp sisters have worked really well together all season to post some very effective and solid numbers.
As Dorian goes into the bench trying to bring this one back, but the Patriots not going to be able to get it over in 3. Good effort by Asdorian and Andy Nelson. It's a 14-6 lead for Mercy here in game 1. And back to serve Jessica Curl. And Curl with an ace.
As you said earlier, Jeff, Liberty Christian can't really live with these unforced errors. They're going to have to clean that up in order to get back in this ball game.
15-6 our score here on PlayOnSports.com. Want to tell you folks, how would you like your students to be able to have the opportunity to broadcast your school's sporting events? Well, it's possible, exactly like we're doing here today. All you have to do is go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP, as you'll be able to see on your screen, and you can go ahead and find out more about how you get the school broadcast program going at your high school. Easily transferable skills right out of high school for your students. A class with a curriculum, a great opportunity. I don't know about you, Nick, but if I'd had this in high school, I would have been all over it.
I certainly would be, too. I played a lot of sports in high school, so I don't know if I had the time, but it is a great opportunity to get young people involved in broadcasting at an early age.
Video, production, graphics, instant replay, if you want to go that far, or doing what Nick and I are doing here today. A lot of talking.
The couch isn't included, though.
No, couch not included, but everything else is. Here is Liberty Christian ending up in the net. Andy Nelson trying to save it on the pass, but ended up hitting the net, and it's 16-6 Mercy. Jessica Curl to serve. Curl, nice serve as Dorian. Here's a bump set. Back row is Dorian on the attack. Dug by Kemp. That's Brianna Kemp. Bump set outside Casey Kemp, and over in 3 is Kingwell. Set near side. Knowles right at the net, and she is blocked. Combination of Fleet and Casey Kemp.
Yeah, the Patriots tried to go down Fleet Street on that one, but just ran into a roadblock.
And there's an ace for Curl. It is all going Mercy's way here in game 1. 18-6 is our score. Deep ball as Dorian tries to get it going. Might have gotten away with a double right there. Free opportunity. Curl to Kemp. Back row to her sister as Dorian the dig. Bump set near side. Knowles over in 3. Curl to Kemp going middle. Fleet. Cross court. Out. 18-7 is the score. But that might be the strategy for Liberty Christian is maybe you don't get an attack, but you keep getting it over and force the other team to make the mistakes.
Yeah, exactly, especially since the Patriots have forced a lot of errors in this first game.
This one is out as well. Let's give you our officials today. Our R1, our man in the chair, Dave Castor, down right in front of the scorer's table on the near side is Scott Teeples. Our lines, Sandy O'Connell to our left, Mark Turner to our right. Serving is Casey Kemp. Rude up in the air. Here's a pass outside as Dorian back in the front row on the attack. Kingwell keeps it alive. Back row, Brianna Kemp. Dug nicely by Knowles. Here's Asdorian one-on-one with Fleet. Fleet a block, almost gets another, but the point goes to Liberty Christian. Fleet's a one-man wrecking crew in the front, or a one-woman wrecking crew, I should say.
Yeah, she was playing in the front, but I think she's just all over the court right now. And the Patriots are going to have to find a way to keep the ball away from her because she is having a dominant first game here.
Donovan serve. Here is a pass going to Kingwell, but looks like Kemp stepped underneath the net, under the line, and so she's looking for an explanation there, and that is the call. 19-9 the score. Donovan serving. Dug by Kemp to Casey. Here's Fleet. What an approach. Seriously, we're going to have to laser level this court after this game's over.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where she is on the court, at what position. Very effective, giving her team a nice lead here.
Kingwell with a high topspin serve. Pass middle as Dorian goes back corner and gets the kill. Nice job by the Patriots, and it's a 20-10 ball game.
No, I think if you're the Patriots, you got to kind of settle the nerves, calm down. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of work to get back in this game. Even if you don't, you have to, do a gut check and get back for that second one.
Coelho rotates into the back row for Kingwell on the rotation. The serve from Andy Nelson. Brianna Kemp to Casey. Back to Brianna, a little bit short. She's going to tap it over in 3. Pass near side as Dorian over the double block and gets the point. Looked like Curl took her eye off it at the last moment, and the Patriots are within 9.
Yeah, she might have thought that one might be sailing out of bounds, but then tried to make a play out in the last second, and it ends up being a point for the Patriots.
Nelson to serve. Back in 1. That's an ace. 22-12. Fleet to serve again. Pass backside as Dorian blocked, gets it back. Curl sends it right back the other way. May have been better serve setting up for some offense, but either way, Knowles goes deep. Fleet back in 1. Battle at the net. Nice put back by Alyssa Rude.
Yeah, and a rare miscommunication by the Warriors right there. Let's see if they clean that up in this next game.
As Dorian set to serve. Fleet the dig. Pass near side. Brianna Kemp off the block. That is going to be a point to Mercy. They're up 23-13. Out of the ball game goes Julia Mislin. In to serve Michelle Jaramillo. Jaramillo. Wow, that is 100 miles an hour. She gets an ace. Roger Clemens called. He wants his fastball back. Wow.
Yeah, this Mercy team showing no mercy to the Patriots so far in this first game.
So true. Jaramillo, again, another one. Wow. I mean, there is no real trying to disguise what's going on here. That is game point. 25-13 is the score. Mercy takes game 1 behind 2 devastating serves by Michelle Jaramillo. Wow. Impressive, wasn't it, Nick, at the end of that, closing that one out?
Yes, very impressive closing. Closing like the number 1 seed they are right there. The Patriots, obviously you got to limit the unforced errors and try to get yourself and your team some more energy back in on your side. And, you know, if you're the Warriors, obviously just keep you've shown the advantage with the power and just keep powering away at this Liberty Christian squad.
Though I got to think, if I'm Coach Zeli, I certainly like the result. But there were a few things I saw in that first game that I'd like to have us clean up a little bit. Passing was critical. They gave away some points by some off of serve receive and on redirecting from the attack. Weren't able to get back into it and move into an offensive possession on a few. I mean, it's hard to quibble when you win by 12 in game one, but I'm sure Coach Zeli is talking a little bit about that in the huddle.
Yeah, definitely those things they can improve upon. But as you said, with Fleet having the performance that she's had in this first game, it's going to be pretty tough to stop. But if they can polish those things up and take a big 2-game advantage here, the Patriots are going to be in a lot of trouble. And I think, you know, Coach Rodriguez stressed that conditioning is a huge part of who they are, especially as a 6-man squad. And I believe they really need to find a way to even up the set and try to take, you know, the Warriors as far as they can in order to try to tire them out.
Well, folks, as we get set for Game 2, want to let you know how can you track what we're doing on PlayOn Sports and find out if your team is playing. Well, you can go ahead and follow our Twitter feed. You can go ahead and like our page on Facebook. You can subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Great way to get the latest content through all the social media that you like to utilize on PlayOnSports.com. Again, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We were tweeting last night about all the football games taking place in California and around the country. We've got more playoffs coming your way and championships in the northern section in particular next Wednesday and Saturday. They had the 8-man final yesterday. You were out at Paradise, were you not, Nick, covering that one? Paradise advancing?
Yes, I was up in the Foothills, and Paradise put on quite a show in the second half against Foothill, 42-6, and I'm really excited to see that rematch between Enterprise, which was an overtime thriller earlier this season on PlayOn Sports.
Mercy now serving, going right to left, leading 1-0. Here's the pass into the middle. Curl digs in the back for Mercy. Kemp keeps it alive, and Casey gets it over in 3. Here's the set outside. Knowles is going to tap it over right into the donut hole in the middle of the defense, and Liberty Christian takes their first lead of the match. They're up 1-0. Again, on the floor for Liberty Christian, Lacey Asdorian, Isabel Henson, Andy Nelson, Katie Donovan, Hannah Knowles, and Alyssa Rude. Those will be your starting 6 throughout. Here's a deep serve. Brianna Kemp, Casey Kemp, Jessica Curl, Ella Fleet in the game right now. Also, Maddie Coelho. And wow, there's a kill Asdorian. Also out there, Julia Mislin for Mercy. 2-0 Liberty Christian.
Yeah, Asdorian is really the one who needs to kick it up and match her counterpart on the other side to get her team back in this game.
Serving is Knowles. Nice dig in the back. Here's a pass middle. Fleet, uncontested. Knowles digs. Keeping it alive as Dorian's just going to bump it over in 3. Deep ball. Curl up in the air. Casey Kemp, back row set to her sister. Deep ball out. 3-0.
The Patriots showing the resiliency that they've shown throughout this entire tournament. Not willing to go gentle in that good night just yet.
Kemp to Kemp. Middle Fleet. That is a good answer for a lot of woes. Go to Ella Fleet at the net, 3-1.
And it's just amazing to see how it's not exactly the tallest player, but just so much explosiveness when she gets up in the air.
Serving is Coelho. Rude gets it in the air to Donovan. There's the kill as Dorian. Nice dig by Coelho. Pass back row this time. Knowles on the attack. Curl digs. Good play, but nobody gets to the middle. And it's 4-1 Liberty Christian.
And as you mentioned at the break, you know, Coach Zane Zeli said the biggest problem is us beating us. And that's an example of it right there.
Nice serve. Here's a bump set outside to Fleet. Deep ball out. Well, Liberty Christian does that. They stay in the game, make you make mistakes. I mean, that's really the design of this team right now, given the limitations they faced. And there is an ace off the tape from Katie Donovan. And timeout being called by Mercy, who didn't have to use one in a 25-13 Game 1 win, but a bit of a surprise here, Nick, trailing 6-1 in Game 2.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise. And Coach Zane Zeli is going to, kind of circle the wagons here, get his team back together. And I think, you know, the most important thing, they just need to work on their passing, limit those mistakes, and obviously get the ball in Ella Fleet's, you know, her way as much as possible.
Mercy's coaching staff telling us before the game, and Coach Zeli in particular, saying after last year's loss, this team got locked in. They practiced even when I didn't want to practice. They said, we're having practice, coach. I don't think I've ever heard that in my entire career covering high school sports. The coach saying, I didn't want to practice. The team said, we're practicing. He said there have been very few external distractions. It's been all about winning, getting back here, and taking the title this year after getting so close. Many of these seniors last year on the team as juniors, this is a heavily senior-laden squad, and they have certainly led this Mercy team back to the title match, but now finding themselves in a bit of a pickle here in Game 2 as a second straight ace for Katie Donovan out of the timeout, 7-1 Patriots.
Yeah, the Warriors have not won this tournament since 2002 and are eager to do so, but the Patriots showing that they're a little hungry as well in this game.
Liberty Christian, this is their first appearance in the title game. Here's Kemp, dug by Knowles. Here's his Dorian, blocked but out. Fleet got the hands up there, but it's all going Liberty Christian's way right now. Every ball bouncing in their favor. Smile on the face of Isabel Henson, the freshman, who's going, I can't believe everything's going our way right now, but perhaps not. Maybe this has just been the usual flavor for Liberty Christian this year, and another mistake by Mercy makes it 9-1 Patriots. Casey Kemp's just laughing right now for Mercy. Going, what more? Come on. Nothing else can go wrong for us here.
Yeah, not too many smiles on the Mercy side right now. Just a lot of confusion and frustration.
Here's Kemp over as Dorian digs. She's going to get a return pass. Go up over the block. Curl, nice play. Kemp setting her sister on the near side. That is much better. That looks like Mercy volleyball right there.
Yeah, and that's really a play that settles the nerves, says, you know, all right, ladies, let's just settle down, get back to where we were in that first game. Let's see if they can build a little rally right now.
Ella Fleet to serve. Well, if you're going to build a rally, put Fleet at the service line where she leads, or second on the team in aces. Here's a pass middle as Dorian right into the donut hole. 10-2 our score.
Yeah, as Dorian going right over the Jessica Curl tower right there in the middle. Nice touch to get the point.
Serving is Andy Nelson. The dig by Fleet. Kemp keeps it up in the air to her sister. Cross court is out. And right now, the Mercy Warriors look a little out of sync. Coach Zeli's already used one timeout. He's only got one remaining, trying to save it for when he really needs it. Here's a serve for Nelson. And a miss hit.
Yeah, it really looks like the Warriors are really trying to just force a lot of things right now instead of letting the game come to them. Let's see if Hamarillo can get him back on track.
Well, she certainly was outstanding at the service line to close out game one. What with her fastball serve. And a service error, though.
Just another fastball that was outside the plate on that one and hits the net. And it's been all Patriots in the second game.
12-3. As Dorian serving, dug by Kemp. She wants a return pass instead, middle to Curl. That's a good idea. I would feed Curl a lot. Take advantage of that size at the net.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the tallest player for the Patriots is Alyssa Root at 5'3", and everyone on the Warriors on the lineup is much taller. So let's see if they continue to work that height advantage.
Brianna Kemp with a serve. Here's the pass outside. Knowles just going to bump it over in three. Newly checked in Kingwell gets it going. Here's a tap over, and Kingwell also gets the kill.
It's okay, though. You got to like that effort, and Coach Rodriguez urging on Mueller to keep fighting, keep working hard.
12-5. Bump set back row as Dorian over the block. I don't know how she got it by Curl. Here from the back row, Fleet into the net. 13-5. These teams have met 3 times this year. Mercy won 3-1, 3-1, and 2-1. That one being a best 2 out of 3 in a tournament. Here's a serve, and that is short from Henson. 13-6, and given how well things have been going for the Patriots, you hate to see you give away the last 2 points both on service errors.
Yeah, you really want to finish with a clean start right there. Let's see what Curl can do with this serve.
Curl gets it in as Dorian up in the air. Bumps it outside Knowles with a tap over. Dug by Kingwell gets a return pass as Dorian defends. Battle at the net, 50-50 ball. Mercy keeps it alive. Brianna Kemp over in 3 as Dorian again. Outside Knowles this time. Off the block. Kemp back in 1. Another 50-50 ball. Casey keeps it alive. Fleet sends it deep. Nice rally here. Best of game 2. This one blocked at the net. Knowles, quick reactions, but unfortunately, Donovan sends it out of bounds.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake here, and both are, fighting the hardest they can to get those points.
Mercy trails by 6. Curl with the ace. Now by 5.
Yeah, kind of an unexpected mistake there by Dorian, who's actually had a very, very solid second game here.
Curl to serve again. Dorian up in the air. Nice pass. Outside, this is Knowles, but into the antenna. 13-9.
Yeah, Knowles has done a good job mixing up from the spike and the little poke over the net. Just couldn't get it over that time.
Here's Dorian from the back row. Wow, what a job, Fleet, but unfortunately, Kemp couldn't finish it. She kept it alive. That would have been a spectacular play, but the point to the Patriots.
Yeah, unfortunately, a great effort to no avail, and that's kind of been the story of the second game for the Warriors.
14-9. Fleet up in the air. Kemp goes back to Fleet. Wow. Alyssa Rude might have Mikasa on her neck right now because that was a shot.
Yeah, she got a rude awakening there from Fleet, who I think was a little upset about that last point not going her way, and just throws down the thunder on that one.
Casey Kemp serving. A 4-point game was once a 9-point Patriot advantage. Deep ball up in the air, Nelson. Or excuse me, that was Henson. And Knowles finds an open spot in the defense.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Knowles is doing a great job of really mixing it up on the outside between the spike and just putting it right over the net. Let's see if she can get her team extend the lead here with the serve.
Knowles to Curl. Here's Kemp on the side to Kingwell. Good job getting there and over in 2 from Nelson, and another point for the Patriots.
Yeah, it's great to see that the Patriots have bounced back here, but the Warriors, as we said, have really been beating themselves here in the second game.
Curl with a dig. Kemp goes back row to her sister, and she'll get the point. Rude couldn't handle it down the line at 16-11.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Warriors haven't tried to throw the heat a lot more at them. They haven't really handled a lot of the hard spikes and serves all game, so let's see if they can do that here.
Kingwell serving. Henson from the back, bump set, Dorian over in 3. Curl to Kemp, middle Fleet. That is a great attack. That's playable. That is still playable, and it's over. Unbelievable. It pinballed around the basketball stanchion, and Liberty Christian kept it alive. Middle, that's Nelson over. Here's a pass near side. Kemp going up, and she's going to get the point. Oh, if Liberty Christian had ended up with a point there, given how it ricocheted off the ceiling a few times, this place would have exploded.
Yeah, sometimes, like my dad always says, it's always better to be lucky than good. Unfortunately, though, they didn't end up with the point.
16-12. Your dad's a wise man. This one is an ace. 16-13.
No, but the Warriors have really come back to make this a 3-point game, struggling earlier, and Coach Rodriguez is going to take a timeout to talk it over with her squad.
Yeah, it was a 9-point advantage for Liberty Christian, 10-1 at one point. It's now 16-13, so a 12-6 run right now for Mercy. And they've closed the gap, but can they get over the hump here? What do the Warriors need to do? It seems like they're cleaning up their game a little bit, but really a lot of unforced errors in game 2, which is what Coach Zeli was worried about.
Well, I think they just need to keep hammering away. Obviously, they have an advantage with Fleet in the middle, and the Patriots haven't done well handling those hard spikes and serves. So I just say keep the heat on, keep throwing those fastballs on the other side, and put the game back in the Patriots' hands like they did in that first game. And let's see if they can make a rally here to come back.
Meanwhile, for Liberty Christian, I would think Coach Rodriguez would say just keep getting the ball over the net, and if you keep playing hard like that, eventually Mercy's going to make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. They need to both teams need to put the game back in the other courts because both teams have made unforced errors most of the errors came from the Patriots in the first game, a lot more unforced errors by the Warriors in the second game.
Here's the serve for Kingwell. 3-point game. Knowles digs. Pass to Donovan. In the middle to Nelson, and that is effective. You get the point out of the timeout. Coelho is going to check in, replacing Kingwell in the lineup for Mercy. Back to serve is Katie Donovan. Donovan, that's a pretty good serve. Curl back in one as Dorian sends it the other way in one. Here's a pass to Fleet. Fleet up in the air. Great self-defense play by Donovan. Curl in the back. Kemp keeps it alive. Curl over in three. Knowles to Donovan. Back row back to Knowles. Deep ball out. Well, Liberty Christian's making some defensive plays. Katie Donovan absorbed an Ella Fleet kill right in the shoulder, and the Liberty Christian unable to translate into points, and now Fleet serving. As Dorian, nice job, Brianna Kemp getting there to make the defensive play. Curl over in three. Outside as Dorian, more conventionally, dug by Coelho. Middle curl. And that's a good recipe right there for Mercy when Curl gets into the front row, Nick. Go to her every time.
Yeah, she is that big tower in the middle, and instead of, as I said during the break, don't just lob it over, just hammer it down, because the Patriots haven't been able to return most of those in this game.
17-15. Service error. 18-15. Andy Nelson serving. A high serve, Fleet digs, bump set near side to Curl, off the block, playable for Knowles. As Dorian blocked, Knowles gets there, as Dorian again, down the line, out. 18-16.
And I really do think this is the most effective lineup for the Warriors, having Curl in the middle, using her size, and then having Fleet kind of roam around in the back with her power is very effective.
Mae Mueller into the game for the first time. She's back to the service line for Mercy. This is Donovan, back row to Knowles. Knowles taps it over. Kemp is there. Pass middle, Curl. She reaches back for one. Nelson keeps it alive as Dorian in two. Here's Kemp, near side to her sister, dug by Knowles. Pass outside as Dorian again blocked. As Dorian up in the air, kept alive, over in three, deep ball. Kemp, middle, Curl. This is usually a good answer for Mercy, but a little too strong. And that's what Liberty does. They keep it in play until you make the error.
Yeah, she hasn't made a lot of, huge plays in this game, but Lacey Dorian has really steadied the ship for her team and had a second solid game.
Here's Kemp, outside to Brianna Kemp. Nice dig by Donovan in the back. She's over in three. Coelho to Kemp, near side Kemp again. Into the net, maybe even a block. Point Liberty Christian. They're up 20-16.
Yeah, this is very encouraging to see the Patriots, who kind of got routed in that first game, showing a lot of fight and a lot of heart in the second game.
Tough pass. Kemp handles it to Curl. As Dorian up in the air, Liberty Christian keeps it alive. Ball over in three. Coelho, great pass to Kemp. Into the middle, Curl, off the block as Dorian. Donovan going to dump it in two. Great play.
Yeah, nice little changeup right there to catch the Warriors napping. No one was sitting in the middle, and that's going to force another timeout for Coach Zeli.
That's his final timeout of game two, and this is the best opportunity for Liberty Christian. If they can get this one here and tie it at one, then you go to that swing game, the game three. Anything can happen in a game three, and suddenly the onus goes back on Mercy to bounce back, especially since, as you mentioned, Nick, they had a pretty easy game one.
Yeah, they certainly did. And as you said, the Patriots really do need to hold on and win this one. But even if the Warriors find a way to out-edge them, it's still an encouraging performance by the Patriots. And I really do think that, they can take this team to the limit in all their games.
Well, I think from a little bit of the body language from Coach Rodriguez right in front of us here on the Liberty Christian sideline, she realizes this is their best opportunity to sneak one right here.
Yeah, they really can't let this one slip out of their fingers.
As Dorian to serve. It's only 4 points, and you've got a 5-point lead, but a lot can happen in volleyball. As Dorian with a side spin on that serve. Tough to handle. Kemp going to beat the block. 21-17. Mercy gets the point out of their timeout. Now Brianna Kemp to serve, or is Jaramillo going to come in?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a couple of substitutions here.
Kingwell's going to come in first. Jaramillo will replace Mueller in the back row. Serving is Brianna Kemp. Kemp, and a miscommunication between Donovan and Henson. Donovan jumped for it, and it threw Henson off, and she couldn't bump it back. 21-18. Kemp to serve. This time, another ace, as Donovan unable to handle that one. 21-19.
Yeah, miscommunications and unforced errors really cost the Patriots in the first game, and it's coming back once again to bite them right now.
Kemp, 2 consecutive aces. Donovan up in the air. That time it's clean. Back row as Dorian. Dug by Jaramillo. Pass middle curl. Deep ball as Dorian is there. Donovan's going to dump it again. Nice job. Couple back and forth plays. Near side Kingwell. Over the block. Good effort, but out. And it's a 1-point game. And nervous time for the Patriots. Are going to use their final timeout. It was a critical moment for Rodriguez, knowing that at 21-16 they had an opportunity, but they give up 4 quick points. Now it's a 1-point game. If Mercy takes a 2-0 advance, this could be very difficult for Liberty Christian to come back and win 3 straight.
Yeah, it will be a very difficult situation to bounce back from. The Patriots just need to find a way to settle down. Remember that they are good enough to hang with this Mercy squad, and put the ball back in their court and let Mercy make the mistakes instead of themselves.
Well, where's the play going to come from, Nick? If you're Liberty Christian, you got to get some good passing. And I'm thinking Asdorian, who's now in the back row on the attack, or perhaps Knowles.
Yeah, Lacey Asdorian has really been the glue for this team so far. They really need her to step up to make a big play.
Brianna Kemp to serve. She's served 4 straight points for her team and trying to tie it up here. Donovan up in the air. Set from Rude outside. Knowles is dug. Pass middle curl. Out. That's a big point for Liberty Christian. Stops a 4-0 run, and it's a 2-point advantage. The freshman Henson to serve. A lot of responsibility on her shoulders. That serve is good. Fleet to Kemp. Back row Kemp. Dug. Tap over. Nice job by Liberty Christian on the redirect defensively. Fleet back row attack. Dug by the freshman. Henson again, as Dorian back row. Kemp to Kemp. To Kemp. Into the net. 23-20.
Yeah, the Warriors try to work the Kemp connection there. Just couldn't get it over the net. And the Patriots are back in business.
Henson serve. Kemp going middle to curl. Nice dig, but unfortunate for the Patriots. Nelson got the ball up in the air, but Asdorian would have had to leap over like Maurice Jones-Drew to get to that ball and unable to do it. 23-21.
Yeah, great effort there, though, and that's one of the few spikes that they've actually stopped from curl.
Here's a pass outside Knowles. Off the block, playable. Nice job getting there, Kingwell. Pass near side. Kingwell taps over, and Knowles unable to keep it alive, and it's a 1-point game again. You get the sense that Liberty's Christian's chances are riding on these next couple of points in this Division VI final.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a make-or-break game for both of these teams, so let's see what happens here. It's been very entertaining so far.
Off the curl serve, Donovan outside to Knowles. Kept alive by Mercy. Great play by Fleet. Up in the air, Donovan's going to have to bump set back row to Asdorian. Deep ball. That's Brianna Kemp to Casey Kemp. Near side, Kingwell. Tap over. She gets the point. We're tied.
And I think that's another point of emphasis that Coach Zeli wanted to make, was moving the ball around, making Liberty, move around the court and kind of exhaust them out.
Curl serve. Gut check time for Liberty Christian. Back row, Asdorian going to bump it over. Free opportunity, and we got a double and left against Mercy as Fleet, undecided about how to play that one, gets the side out to Liberty Christian. Game point for the Patriots. Serving is Rude. Dug by Kemp. Casey Kemp. Middle, Fleet. Blocked, but out. Great effort by Nelson, one-on-one. We're tied at 24. You got to win by 2. And we're going to go to extra points here. Serving is Kemp. And no way we got a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like
substitution was
a very, very late substitution right there, Joe.
And so we're going to replay this one. Jaramillo is going to stay in the game. Serving Casey Kemp. Rude, Donovan to Knowles right behind her. Cross court. What placement by Knowles. She couldn't have done that any better, Nick, if she'd walked around to the other side and placed the ball right there.
No, absolutely not. And really gives her team the 1-point lift. Let's see if they can get another point here and steal this game away from the Warriors.
Mislin checks in for the Warriors, replacing Jaramillo. Here's the serve by Knowles. Deep ball. Kemp up in the air. Bump set. Back row. Brianna Kemp on the attack. Dug by Rude. Donovan, oh, bad time for that. Slipped right through her fingers. We're tied at 25. That was the second game point for Liberty Christian in game 2.
Yeah, the Patriots not making it easy on themselves, but they're still fighting.
Kingwell with a high topspin serve. Outside as Dorian. Kemp, can she keep it alive? No. 3 of the Warriors end up out in the foyer there trying to go for that ball. And this is the third game point for Liberty Christian.
Yeah, and just when they needed to steady the ships, they had their captain, or one of their leaders actually, Lacey Asdorian, really stepping up with a big play right there.
Donovan's doing all she can to get those hands dry. Curl back in 1 as Dorian sends it back. This is game point for the Patriots. Kemp over in 3. Donovan up in the air. Bump set. Back to Donovan. Short ball over. Kemp gets a return pass from her sister. The tap is short, and Liberty Christian takes game 2, 27-25. And Nick Dobus, we got ourselves a Division VI championship final going on here now.
Yeah, I think the Warriors might have felt a little too confident after that first game, underestimating the resiliency of this Patriot squad. And it's hard. They're hard not to like 6 girls giving it all on the floor.
Well, we're going to keep it right here on PlayOnSports.com. Let you know that we've got more championship coverage coming your way. All the volleyball you can handle today, folks, here in California on PlayOnSports.com. Central Coast Section Championships taking place simultaneously. We've got Northern Section games all day today, Division 6 through Division 2. The Division 2 game at 7 o'clock tonight from Red Bluff High School. And then also at 7 o'clock, 6 North Coast Section Championships in 6 different locations, folks. We've got all the volleyball you want. Plus, if you want to watch the Sac Joaquin section and the Central Section Championships from Thursday, all available on demand.
Just a lot of sports going on in the North section up here. And
that's just volleyball.
I haven't
even started talking about water polo around the northern part of the state.
Oh, boy.
How do they get those horses into the pool?
I'm not sure. A lot of effort, though. But, just looking at this Liberty Christian squad, a lot of people would view only having 6 members or 6 teammates as a disadvantage. But if you look at this, as Dorian, Knowles, Rude, Henson, and Donovan have played 103 sets together this season, and playing that much really builds cohesiveness, really strengthens your communication. And when times get tough, like it did after that first game, you're able to rally yourself and know, hey, these are the girls that got my backs. And they definitely did that there in that second game.
Coach Rodriguez was saying it certainly limits some of the coaching she has to do and the other things you have to deal with. Like, for example, playing time.
Yeah.
There's no question about who's playing, so you don't have to worry about people complaining about playing time.
No complaints
other
there.
Than, hey, Coach, I'd love to come out. Well, we got nobody on the bench. She also said, look, and it kind of limits what we do offensively, but then we do a lot of repetition, and it makes what we do well. We just do that. We don't try to do anything extra. Mm-hmm. So in some sense, while it's simplified her coaching this year, it's made it easier on the one hand because your options are more limited. There's not, you don't have to make a lot of changes, do a lot of tinkering.
Exactly.
The 6 you have is the 6 you have.
Exactly. The only thing that could really trip you up is injuries, but no injuries here. And I think the Warriors are going to come out a lot more focused to start this second game, and they need to go back to their strength, which is their height and their power. If they can get back to that, they have a good chance of winning this third game from the Patriots.
Coach Rodriguez was joking with us before the game next. She said the boys want to come out and help them practice, and she's like, you cannot attack the net And she said, if I could, I'd wrap all my players in bubble wrap so they don't get injured during practice. Our practices are very tentative because if I lose a player, we're done.
We're done, exactly.
Here's a back row attack. Kemp off the serve, long. And Liberty Christian, as they did in Game 2, takes a 1-0 advantage here in Game 3.
Yeah.
Serving is Knowles.
Knowles just had a very nice second game there with some key points.
There is Fleet wide. 2-0.
I think that ball just went just wide too. Very snugging up to that line, but it didn't hit.
Knowles' serve is out. Liberty Christian trying to limit those mistakes. Meanwhile, Mercy, after a great Game 1, has been struggling a bit with their consistency in Games 2 and now early in Game 3.
Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of miscommunication, just confusion in the second game. See if they clean that up here in the third. As
Dorian dug by Kemp. Nice dig in the back row. Outside, over in 3, that was Coelho. As Dorian's going to send the free opportunity over. Kemp to Kemp, middle, Fleet. Knowles can't get it redirected, and Fleet with a kill, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, and that Missile and Fleet combination really worked well in the first game, and they really need to go back to that in this third game if they want to be successful.
Casey Kemp serving. Dug by Rude. Donovan, back row to Knowles. Just off the tape. Kemp digs. Fleet keeps it alive. Brianna Kemp into the net. And she can't believe it.
Yeah, that's a look she's had on her face for most of the second game. Now to start this third, she just needs to shake that off in order to help her team win this game.
Donovan on the serve. Curl to Kemp. Middle, Fleet. Wide.
It's interesting to see because Fleet had that play all in the first game, and the Patriots with their formation maybe has been taking that away, and she's been hitting those wides ever since.
Here's a pass middle, Fleet again with a tap as Dorian is there. Donovan sets up as Dorian. She does a tap, gets the point. 5-2 Patriots.
Yeah, watching these two number 1 jerseys work is a lot of fun. Ella Fleet dominating the first game, and as Dorian making her presence known here early in the third game.
Kemp outside. That's Mislin, and she gets the kill. Well, it didn't have a lot of speed on it, but she put it in the right place.
Absolutely. Great placement right there, and good effort at the end by Nelson, but she just couldn't get it as it was sailing out of bounds.
Coelho to serve. High floater as Dorian gets a return pass off the net. Nice job by Casey Kemp keeping it alive. Curl from the back row. Deep ball out. 6-3.
Yeah, I mentioned their power is an advantage compared to Liberty Christian, but they just need to take a little bit off just to keep the ball in play. They're just trying a little too hard right now, I think.
Andy Nelson to serve. Nelson, one of the 3 seniors on this team. Brianna Kemp to Casey Kemp, near side Fleet. There we go. Someone just got a souvenir in the 10th row off that one.
Yeah, and that's the hammer they were looking for that they had earlier in the first game. If they can continue to do that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Patriots.
If Fleet can get untracked here, that could be trouble for Liberty Christian. Here's a bump set in the air. It's going to be over in 3 as Dorian keeps it alive. Pass middle, Curl. Free look. Knowles, nice D. Liberty Christian, playable. Here's another one. Are they going to go back to Curl? No, this time outside Brianna Kemp. Nice dig by Liberty Christian. Quick tap in 2. Bump set outside Kemp again with a tap. Donovan is there. Oh, and Donovan into the net. 6-5.
That's really unfortunate because the Patriots were rebuttaling the attack very nicely until that unforced error.
Serve. Dug by Asdorian. Bump set back row. This is Knowles, blocked by Curl. Curl puts the roof on the house, and we're tied at 6. Fleet serve. Outside as Dorian tries the cut shot cross court, and Mercy's got their first lead since game 1.
Hard to believe with the steam that this Warrior team was running on in that first game. But tip of the cap to the Patriots for making this a match.
Up in the air, battle at the net, and Liberty Christian may be calling timeout here.
Yeah,
and there is the timeout.
Yeah,
8-6. It was 6-2 a moment ago. It's a 6-0 run for Mercy and the Warriors with Ella Fleet at the service line. And, of course, what more should we expect? Ella Fleet, we said she had to make her presence known. Usually she does it at the net. Now she's doing it at the service line.
Yeah, really helping her team out with some key plays there. Also, Curl with the big stop at the end of that little game right there as well. So, and I think that's the combination that really needs to fuel them, is that Fleet to Curl combination, because it really emphasizes the two strengths, which is the power in Fleet and the size in Curl. And if the Patriots can find a way to keep rebuttaling, keep putting the ball back on the other side of the court, they can find a way to tie this up once again.
Mercy crowd behind us with a chant of "Let's go, Mercy, let's go." And they got to be happy with what they're seeing from their Warriors right now, as it's an 8-6 ball game. Meanwhile, Coach Rodriguez telling Katie Donovan, who's dealing with a lot of sweat on her hands, and she's her setter, "You need a towel, I got one over here." She might need Lester Hayes to show up with some stickum as well. Here's Donovan on the outside as Dorian, dug by Fleet. Bump set Kemp, far side. Coelho unable to handle that one, and it's an 8-7 ball game.
Yeah, Coelho, who's had some nice serves in this game, an uncharacteristic unforced error right there, but that's exactly what the Patriots needed.
Now as Dorian serving. Kemp, return pass to her sister, off the block, and it skims the tape and falls over. Point for Mercy.
You know, it seemed like the ball was bouncing a lot of the Patriots' way in that second game. Now it seems like Mother Momentum is cooking for Mercy once again in this set.
Mueller will replace Mislin in the lineup and go back to serve for Mercy. Deep ball, dug by Nelson. Bump set. Knowles is just going to get it over in three barely. Kemp looking for a return pass from Casey, and she'll get the kill.
And that's got to be encouraging for Casey Kemp, who was frustrated earlier in this game, had some balls sail out of bounds, but hammers it home right there.
Ball up in the air. Rude back row as Dorian's going to send a free opportunity over for Mercy. Pass middle, curl, and it's another point for the Warriors. And they're starting to assert themselves in game 3, 11-7.
Yeah, very nice setup there from Kemp to curl. And she finds a nice little pocket in that back corner.
Mueller the serve. Dig by Donovan. Pass to Knowles. Tap over. Kemp is there. Pass middle, curl. Donovan gets to it. Bump set. Donovan's going to go over in 3. Fleet from the back row. Here's Brianna Kemp. Out. And Nelson breathing a sigh of relief. She didn't touch that ball. 11-8.
Well, yeah, I think Kemp would disagree with that one. She wanted the call, but looks like it just went by the fingertips without being touched.
Jaramillo was going to check in for Mueller, but we do have a substitution. Nice job by Mueller at the service line. Serving is Henson. Henson, nice cut serve right there. Pass back to Brianna Kemp. Up in 1, curl dumps. Sending it right back, Liberty Christian. There is Kemp. I was looking for that. Kemp has been set, and the middle is open, and she takes advantage and gets the point. Great timing on that one.
Same exact point I was going to make. Kemp has been feeding curl, and she kind of pulls a rope-a-dope right there and finds a little score of her own.
Somewhere Muhammad Ali is smiling. Here is a serve by Kemp. Pass near side. Knowles goes up off the block. Kemp is there. Passes to her sister. Middle curl. As Dorian off the roof. Pancake save. Oh, but Liberty Christian can't keep it alive.
You know, that's the third ball that the Liberty Christians had to deal with off the roof in this game, and it hasn't worked out in their favor so far.
At least where it's turned into a point. They've played a couple off the roof well. As here's a double against Mercy. I think of the one in particular in game 2 that ricocheted off the ceiling, off the basketball stanchion,
basketball hoop.
off the ceiling, off the hoop again, and then they played it.
Great concentration on that one.
13-9 our score here. Mercy up by 4. Casey Kemp goes back row to Brianna. And that's in. Well, Brianna Kemp on fire right now.
Yeah,
14-9.
Yeah, struggled earlier in this game, but is finally finding her rhythm and showing her playoff fire right now.
Jessica Curl to serve. Dug by Henson. Pass to Knowles. Kept alive by Casey Kemp. From the back row, Jaramillo sends it as Dorian. Oh, there's a dump. Wow. Nice job by Kemp getting in there defensively to make the play.
And defense is exactly how they're getting back in this one and forcing the issue right now, extending their lead to 15-9.
Curl serves. That one just clears the net. Pass outside to Knowles. Blocked by Fleet. Over in 2. And a great play by Mariah Kingwell to get the point, and it's 16-9.
One of the things that this Mercy squad has done well is neutralizing Knowles, who kind of had a great second game. She's been kind of quiet in this third game so far.
Curl with an ace. 17-9. Timeout, final timeout called by Liberty Christian. They were up 6-2. It has been a 15-3 run right now for Mercy. What are they doing differently?
Well, I think, they're playing back to their strength, which is defense. They're working a nice combination route with Kemp and Curl. And, the ball has been bouncing their way when it's needed to. Now, the Patriots just need to, every time they've called the timeout, they have regrouped and they have answered. So they're going to need a big answer here. But they're going to have to find a way to take, kind of limit that combination between Kemp and Curl if they want to find a way to get back in this game.
Well, you said it. Mercy is limiting their mistakes. I mean, they had a few mistakes at the beginning of the game. They had more mistakes in Game 2. They were losing. They lost Game 2. They were trailing in Game 3. They eliminate the mistakes. They're now ahead.
Yeah, I think the focus has really been here in Game 3 for Mercy. Came out a little shaky, but their key players have really stepped up when they needed them to, and they have a pretty comfy lead right now.
You mentioned comfy. We're sitting on the best seats in the house, folks, right now, this couch. We'll have to get our cameraman, Justin Barney, to get a shot of this later on. You'll get a sense of what we're talking about. Everyone else on hardwood, I feel almost I'm in the most luxury I've ever been in terms of broadcasting any type of volleyball match. Here's an attempt by Fleet into the net. Point to Liberty Christian. It's 17-10.
Yeah, it looks like Fleet didn't really have her feet set on that one. Tried to go for the kill, but didn't really have her body or her feet set to deliver that one.
Hannah Knowles to serve. Knowles. And there's Kemp again. And she's now, this is like the equivalent of a play-action pass in football, is you keep handing it off to other people, and then finally you just take it yourself. And that's what Kemp's done on a couple of points here midway through Game 3, 18-10. Donovan goes middle, left hand, unable to get it over is Andy Nelson.
Yeah, the Warriors starting to assert themselves right now, really have the Patriots confused on what they're doing.
Casey Kemp the serve. That's Rude. Back row Donovan to Knowles. And Kemp trying to defend, gets the ball in the air off the ceiling, though, and the point to Liberty Christian. They trail by 8, and now the Patriots need to get on a run. 19-11 the score. Bump set outside. That's Mislin. Knowles to Donovan, near side as Dorian. She's been quiet here in Game 3. Right back, Fleet keeps it alive. Fleet's just going to bump it over in 3. Knowles to Donovan, middle Nelson. Kemp is there. Bump set going to, oh, nice pancake save by Donovan. Wow. Great rally here. Fleet, we got a net violation, though, against Mercy, and the point to Liberty Christian. What a pancake save by Katie Donovan.
Yeah, very beautiful save right there, throwing the flapjack down to keep their team alive. And they're only down by 7 points right now.
No spatula required on that one. Donovan serve, dug by Fleet. Kemp, bump set, back row to her sister Brianna. Nice job, Knowles up in the air, almost gets to the ceiling. Donovan near side as Dorian. Kemp another dig. She gets a pass from Casey and sends it out, 19-13.
And that's what the Patriots really need to do, is get Asdorian more involved in this game. She doesn't make, the final play right there, but sets up a nice pass to her teammate.
Donovan serve off the tape. Good recognition by Fleet to get there. Back row, Kemp over in 3. Free opportunity for Liberty Christian. Here's the pass, near side. Asdorian gets it in. It is in. That was a pregnant pause right there. O'Connell, our lines person, didn't see it, but our lead official, Dave Castor, says in on the line, and that was the correct call, 19-14.
Yeah, and good job by the officials communicating on that one and getting the correct call in.
Fleet up in the air. Curl finally sends it over, but it was Kemp saying, Curl, hey, you got it. And Curl's what? Wait, me? Who? What? And was a little late getting there, and it's 19-15. And a timeout is going to be called by Mercy, as now Liberty Christian on a 5-0 run, Nick, and making it interesting in Game 3.
Yeah, just when you think the Patriots are out of this game, they always find a way to rally back, especially after the timeouts. Nice job getting Asdorian involved in those last 2 plays. And obviously, Coach Zeli didn't like the miscommunication on the last one. Wants to rally his team, make sure that they're set, because this is a huge rubber match game here. And you always want to have that one game up heading into the fourth into the fourth game.
It's interesting, Nick, the back and forth in Game 3 with Liberty Christian jumping out quickly and taking the 6-2 lead, then losing it all plus and being down 19-10, a huge run, 17-4, and now they've gotten 5 points back. They're within 4. If they can keep it up and make it interesting, they put the pressure back on the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I hate to use, the term adversity because I think it's overused a lot in sports, but Liberty that's kind of been the story of Liberty's season so far.
Donovan serve and ace off the tape, 19-16.
And it looks like the ball is starting to bounce back the Liberty way.
Donovan can't believe her good luck. Another one. Curl. Here's a pass middle. Fleet off the net as Dorian is there. Looking for a return pass. She goes up with the tap and the point. 7 in a row for the Patriots.
Yeah, as Dorian, the lady on the spot right there, has really made her presence felt late in this third game. Excellent play right there.
Donovan continues to serve off the tape. Curl back in 1 as Dorian sends it back. 8 in a row.
As I said earlier in this game, whenever it seems that the Patriots are in doubt, their junior, Lacey Asdorian, has really stepped up and answered for them.
Donovan, another good serve. Curl to Kemp. Back row, Brianna Kemp. Dug by Donovan. Here's a bump set over in 2. Here's an opportunity for Mercy. This is a bunch of players looking at each other on the other side. Kingwell gets the point, and the run ends, but it's a 2-point game, 20-18.
Yeah, Liberty has cleaned up the miscommunication in this third game, and that was one of the first ones right there in this set. Kind of costly, though.
Kingwell the serve. Playable. Knowles up in the air. Here's a pass. Asdorian, deep one, Curl defends. Gets a return pass from the back row. Knowles digs. Here's a bump set back row. Knowles is going to send it over in 3. Curl, bump set. Casey Kemp goes to her sister, Brianna Kemp, with a nice job for the point, and it's a 3-point Mercy lead.
Yeah, Andy Nelson, good effort there, trying to throw down the pancake again to save it, but just didn't bounce up high enough.
Kingwell, that's a high arcing one, and that's an ace. As Dorian should have just called for a fair catch.
Yeah, really just try to set it right there. Just kind of slipped off her hands, though.
22-18. Rude up in the air. Donovan goes to Asdorian. Big point here for Liberty Christian. They needed one, they get one.
Yeah, you can tell she really wanted that point back after the mistake and fires it home right there. Asdorian really been the MVP in this third game for the Patriots.
Nice serving by Kingwell, and now back to the service line. Andy Nelson on the side out. Liberty Christian needs to get on another run right here. The serve is clean. Kemp to Kemp to Kemp. Point. I don't know if the Kemp sisters pass the salt as well in their house as they do out here on the volleyball court. 23-19. Fleet serving, trying to close out game 3. Knowles to back set to Asdorian, and the point to Liberty Christian. And they've got to get it done right here. They cannot afford a side out. That would give multiple game points to Mercy.
No, exactly, and gives them multiple game points and give them a lot of momentum heading into that fourth game.
As Dorian on the serve. Pass middle, Kemp goes to Brianna off the block, playable. Nice job, Henson up in the air. Donovan near side, Knowles, dug by Coelho. Outside, Brianna Kemp. Flying into the picture was Andy Nelson, free ball over as Dorian gets it in. Here's Curl in the middle, and it's game point for Mercy.
A combination out worked well for them earlier in this game and gets them the game point right now.
And Mae Mueller checks in, the serving specialist for the Mercy Warriors, with an opportunity to give her team a 2-1 advantage. The serve is good. Rude, back row. And out as Dorian couldn't get it in. Mercy with all they can handle from Liberty Christian, but they take it 25-20 in game 3.
What a tug-of-war match we have here, Jeff.
That was pretty incredible right there. Given that Liberty Christian got up, then was way down, then got back in it, Mercy ends up hanging on. 2-1, they lead it. Now game 4. Mercy an opportunity to close this one out. And I got to think, if I'm the coaching staff for the Warriors, I'm emphasizing to the kids in the huddle, we want to get it done right here. Because if you go to a game 5, that's like game 7 in a World Series or something like that. Anything can happen in an NBA Finals. You don't want to leave it to that. You want to handle your business right here.
No, Jeff, you never really want an underdog to hang around, especially, a lot of people might be thinking, God, with 6 girls, they got to be tired. But as Coach Rodriguez says, conditioning is a point of emphasis with this team. And you got to feel the longer that they stick around, the longer they have it, the more of a chance they have. So if you're Mercy, you really want to put your foot on the pedal, keep working your nice combinations that you did in that third game, and really, take home the championship in this game.
Well, and Liberty Christian is used to this. I mean, I'm looking at the girls right now. They're not sitting down on the bench between points. It looks like another day at the office for them. I mean, it looks like they could play another, 10 games. We could be out here for a while. But they've got to get it done right here. What do they need to do? They had that lull in the middle where Mercy stopped making mistakes and Liberty Christian made a few, and suddenly they were on a 17-4 run were the Warriors. How does Liberty Christian limit that here in game 4?
Well, they just need to find a way to let Dorian, make plays and set up plays. Whenever she's involved on the attack, good things happen for the Patriots. So if there's a way where they can set up for a nice pass to set someone up for a nice spike, or she's shown the potential to have some power too. So the more involved they get her, I think the better chance they have of pulling this out and tying it up.
Meanwhile, for Mercy, Ella Fleet's been quieter since game 1. We haven't been calling her name as much, but Brianna Kemp, the junior, has stepped up, giving a lot of passes from Casey, and she's making plays.
Yeah, Casey Kemp has been setting up not only her sister, but had been setting up Curl very nicely in the center, and also had some nice, touch passes or, touch scores right over the net, giving the Patriots a lot to think about on defense. So, as I said, if they can keep kind of working those combination and use the height to their advantage, they have a great chance of winning this one and taking the championship.
Well, we will see what happens here in game 4. Folks, want to let you know, if you'd like to have your students have the opportunity to broadcast sports like we're doing here today, then you want to get in touch with us. PlayOnSports.com/SBP for school broadcast program. A full curriculum, turn it into a club or a class. A chance for the kids to broadcast as many of your events as you'd like. It doesn't just have to be sports. It could be the choir performance here in December, or it could be a play, whatever you like. But it could also be a lot of athletics as well, and giving kids the opportunity to learn easily transferable skills right to the real world. In fact, I can tell you, Nick, we've hired a few folks out of high school to do games for us at the championship level, even in the Sac Joaquin section over the years. So, and that's just a little bit south of here. So certainly a lot of opportunities for kids, and a chance to learn skills in broadcasting, production, video. PlayOnSports.com/SBP as Mercy starting out with the serve. Knowles sends it over in 1, and once again, Liberty Christian's going to get the opening point. They've done that 3 games in a row now. They lead at 1-0. Knowles back to serve for the Patriots going left to right.
Yeah, I made a point of emphasis of Dorian getting in the game, but Knowles is going to have to find her touch too in order to get back into it.
Knowles on the serve. Kemp goes to Fleet. Long. Fleet was so money in game 1, but just has not been able to find consistent hitting since that point.
Yeah, it looks like she's almost hitting angry at this point rather than controlled. She's going to have to take a little bit off it.
2-0 the score. Kemp to Kemp. Here's Fleet. That's more controlled, and she gets the point. Well, look, it's like she has got a headset on in her head listening to your broadcast, Nick. Immediately takes that.
I don't know if that's a pleasure or a torture. I'm not sure.
Now serving is Coelho. Maddie Coelho would have been out, but Knowles plays it. As Dorian from the outside. Coelho keeps it alive. Kemp back to Coelho, who is just getting up off the ground. That was a tough play to make, and the point to the Patriots. Serving is Donovan. Donovan had a nice run in game 4 and gets an ace here.
Yeah, big ace right here, and they got a nice 3-point advantage. Now, this, the problem with the Patriots is they get a nice little lead, but they can't really maintain it or add on to it. Let's see if they can build on that momentum right now.
Donovan, another fastball. Kemp keeps it alive. Fleet over in 3 on the cut. Nice job, Knowles up in the air as Dorian taps over, blocked by Fleet. Rude is there. Knowles over in 3. Coelho to Kemp. Middle, Fleet. Deep ball out.
Yeah, it's a tough ball for Fleet to hit. Obviously trying to get it over the defender, and just in bounds. Misses it by about 6 inches.
Katie Donovan had an 8-point streak at the line last time. She's got 3 going here, including 2 aces. If they get an 8-0 run here, she got to the line at 3-1. 11-1 would be huge for the Patriots.
It would be huge, but as we've seen, the Warriors have been able to bounce back from the Patriot leads. So let's see if the Patriots can hold on to it.
Knowles to Donovan outside. That's as Dorian dug by Curl in the back. Fleet on the attempt. She gets the point. 6-2. It's deja vu all over again. We were right here in game 3. Liberty Christian leading 6-2, and then Mercy went on a 17-4 run.
Yeah, beautiful dig there by Curl to keep it alive, and Fleet puts a cherry on top at the end.
Fleet serve, dug by Asdorian, overpass, and Curl with a tap back, 6-3.
Yeah, Curl exhibiting the kind of range and athleticism. She can prowl the back and makes a nice little touch there, towering over the middle.
Katie Donovan wanted a call from Castor, Dave Castor, our up official, saying, hey, didn't Curl go over the top? Castor says Curl's just tall. Here's Donovan, pass middle as Dorian over Curl, and we got a whistle and a net violation against Curl, and it's a 7-3 ball game. Andy Nelson to serve. Nelson sporting the pink shoes. That's the most colorful footwear we have out here today. And the serve is short. 7-4. Mueller is going to check in. He's been doing a good job at the service line for Mercy. She comes in for that purpose only.
And that's really how the Mercy team has built their runs, is with unforced errors right there by the Patriots. So let's see if they can take advantage of it right now.
Deep ball by Mueller, up in the air, Nelson. Bump goes to Knowles, dug by Kemp, who's looking for a return pass and gets it near side into the tape. 8-4. Liberty Christian maintaining their advantage. Jaramillo's going to check in, replacing Mueller in the lineup for Mercy. Serving Lacey Asdorian. Asdorian on the serve. Out. 2 service errors in a row for Liberty Christian.
It looks like she tried to put a little bit too much spin on that one and just kind of orbited out of bounds. Another unforced error right there for the Patriots.
Kingwell into the front row, replacing Maddie Coelho. Serving Brianna Kemp. Kemp, float serve. Asdorian digs. Back row pass to Asdorian. What a kill! Are you kidding me? Just jumps straight up in the air and crushes it from about 12 feet behind the net.
Yeah, as I said earlier, these 2 number 1 jerseys are putting on a show right now, and it's been enjoyable to watch.
9-5. Here's a dump by Kemp. Good timing for that. 9-6.
And I'm surprised the Patriots haven't really adjusted to that. That's the 3rd time that Kemp's put that little dump over the net. They're going to have to respect that.
Curl to serve. 2 players colliding. And unfortunately, Liberty Christian unable to get there, and Nelson.
Yeah, it looks like she's trying to shake off.
That was quite a collision between her and Asdorian. And now an ace by Curl, and you might need to call a timeout if you're Liberty Christian just to give Nelson a moment.
Yeah, it looks like she did knock in. I don't know if it's whether her knee, just speculating at this point, but it could have been a knee injury. But she's kind of, biting the bullet and showing her grit right now, staying in this game.
Curl to Asdorian. Nice job dumping it over by Donovan. Here's a pass. Kingwell, dug by Knowles. Asdorian back row again. Kemp going to Fleet on the slide. What a play. We're tied at 9.
Yeah, very nice pass, but great adjustment by Fleet in midair to turn her body and hammer it home. And as we said, the Patriots get a nice little lead, but unforced errors allow the Warriors back in this game.
Well, and a nice play. I mean, that's the first time Mercy's run the slide. And what's a slide, folks, is where the pass goes to the setter and the hitter runs by them, almost like they're going in motion in a football game. And the setter has to do a back set over their head perfectly to the hitter, who then slams it down. And before you can get your block there, there's a point. And we're tied at 9 after what was a 6-2 lead for Liberty Christian.
Yeah, the Patriots are just going to have to steady their emotions right now. And it'll be interesting to see if Andy Nelson, if that little bump continues to nag her throughout this game.
Well, it was a good time for a timeout from Coach Rodriguez, not only because Mercy had the momentum, but also to give Nelson a bit of a breather. Curl on the serve. Asdorian to Donovan. Back row Asdorian. Blocked at the net. Played and in. What a play by Donovan.
Oh, my.
Donovan is cracking up. She can't believe it. Neither can we.
And that got most of the stands either oohing or booing on that one. Oh, man, what a play.
Rude with her team up by 1. Kemp goes to Fleet. Up by 2 is Liberty Christian. Katie Donovan. My goodness, what a play that was. Rude serves. Kemp to Kemp. Near side, this is Kingwell, blocked by Nelson. I think Nelson's feeling a little better, Nick.
Yeah, I don't think she's saying to herself, what injury right now. Just letting that adrenaline fuel her makes a nice stop right there.
No time for injuries here. Nice float serve by Rude. Bump set, near side. Dug by Knowles. Donovan with 2 players colliding. Oh, unfortunate. Knowles was backpedaling, got the ball, and then ran over Henson. Donovan set it, and Henson and Knowles were lying on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the effort coming out of this Patriot squad right now is immense, and kind of was counterproductive right there.
Casey Kemp serving. Dug by Henson. Knowles going to bump it over in 3. Curl gets there. Kemp up in the air. Fleet, the kill out. Good call. O'Connell right on top of it. That just missed long.
Yeah,
13-10.
Just missed, and a lot of the Mercy crowd didn't agree with that one, but that was an excellent call.
Well, you can watch the replay on demand, folks. We'll have this game up for you to watch after it's completed. It's been an entertaining one, that's for certain. Fleet with a touch. Donovan up in the air. Over in 2. This is Kemp to near side. Kingwell, dug by Knowles. Donovan going outside Asdorian with the tap and the point. 14-10.
Yeah, and it really needs to start to be Asdorian time. She's the one who took over in that 3rd game to help fuel them back, and she needs a MVP performance right now.
Knowles on the serve, dug by Fleet. She wants a return pass. Instead, they go to Kingwell. Deep ball out, 15-10. And it might be timeout time for Mercy. There it is. Coach Zeli is calling time. Katie Donovan's incredible play defensively for a point in the back corner has provided Liberty Christian with a spark. And they were on the ropes a moment ago, but they now lead at 15-10.
Yeah, definitely one of those plays that obviously left the Warriors a little flustered and confused too. That they need to kind of circle up and get things figured out. But, I'm sure Coach Zeli is just telling them, like, hey, you know what? We're very much in control of this game. We have been for most of the time. Trust in your passes, trust in your teammates, work those combinations, and good things will happen. the Patriots, just keep bulldogging it out as they have been not only this whole match, but all season long.
Reminds me of the 2004 Red Sox. Just cowboy up right here, and that's pretty much what Liberty Christian's been doing since early on in the year with 6 players. Knowles serving. Her team up 5. Kemp the dig to Casey. Back to Fleet. Oh, my. If you get in the way of that one, I hope you have good health insurance. That's all I can say. What a kill by Fleet. It's her best one since game 1, 15-11.
Yeah, she gets a little out of control sometimes, but you know what? When it's on, it's definitely on.
Served by Kingwell. High, top spin serve. Donovan outside. As Dorian, you called it, but she's going to send it wide, 15-12. So a good timeout called by Mercy. They get 2 points right away. Kingwell back to serve. Kingwell, another top spin serve. Knowles, Donovan outside as Dorian, too far. As Dorian was looking for something a little bit higher, and Donovan did more of a line drive.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication, too, about I think who was going to get that ball as well. And those have really held back the Patriots in this game.
As Dorian up in the air. Bump set outside as Dorian. More what she's looking for there. Curl digs. And too close to the net. 16-13. The kill goes to Asdorian. Substitution in the ballgame. Maddie Coelho is going to go to the back row, replacing Mariah Kingwell, who once again has a productive rotation. Serving Katie Donovan. She's been making a living at this line. Look at that. The ball doesn't spin at all. It's a line drive, and Fleet over in 3 wide. 17-13. When Donovan touches the ball, more often than not, good things happen.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely the knuckleballer on this team, not allowing any spin on that ball.
This one has a little more spin. Nice dig by Fleet. Kemp to Kemp on the tap. Barely gets it over. Battle at the net. 50-50 ball. And Brianna Kemp wins that battle. 17-14.
Yeah, I truly think that Brianna Kemp can be the X factor in the remainder of this game. When she comes alive, that's when this team really comes alive to help out Fleet and Curl.
Fleet, an ace. 17-15. Fleet is leading her team now in aces on the year, with at least 3 today. 17-15. Asdorian, Donovan, back to Asdorian, over, dug by Fleet. Kemp going to Brianna near side with a tap. Playable by Donovan, over in 3 Knowles. Casey Kemp goes middle to Curl. Deep ball out. No in is the call.
And Coach Rodriguez does not like that at all. It looked like the ball may have just gotten that back line a little bit, but...
Boy, it was very close.
Yeah, it looks like...
No call from our lines person right away. I don't think O'Connell saw it very well. Castor made the call. There was an immediate complaint from Liberty Christian, and they get it right. That was out.
Yeah, it was really close on that one.
No, you know what? The officials got that call correctly, though, I think. 18-15 is the score now.
And that's a much-needed point for the Patriots right there.
Serving it is Andy Nelson. She of the pink shoes and out. Service error, tough time for that.
Yeah, very tough time. You can't give him a point right back when you get the correct call from the ref. And we're going to be heading into a barn burner here, heading into late into this third game.
18-16, 2 games to 1. Mercy leading. Overall, here it is up in the air as Dorian. Knowles going to send the free opportunity over, a deep one. Fleet up in the air. Kemp bumps it near side. Brianna Kemp's going to send a free opportunity to Liberty Christian. Bump set to Asdorian. The tap. Kemp there defensively. Casey going to feed middle curl. Nice job. Knowles up in the air one-handed. Dumped over by Donovan. Pass near side. Brianna Kemp goes up off the block. She's going to get the point. 18-17.
Yeah, Knowles made an excellent effort right there on the first one to stick her arm out and keep the ball in play, but Fleet has been hitting some fleeting balls all day.
Mueller to serve. Knowles, Donovan, backside as Dorian reaches back. Nice job, Fleet getting to the ball. Here's Curl in the middle. Curl, another point. We're tied at 18. It all comes down to this, and a timeout is going to be called by Liberty Christian. Mercy has had their eye on this game since last year when they lost to Champion Christian. And they are just 7 points away from a title, their first since 2002. Liberty Christian in their first appearance, nobody expected them to be here. They're trying to force a Game 5. Nick, this has been all we have expected and very entertaining since that Game 1 where Mercy went away with a 25-13 win. It's been tight since.
Yeah, neither team has really been able to, stand their ground and hold on to a huge lead. And whenever Coach Rodriguez has been able to time out, it seems like the team gets more motivated and finds a way to fight back. Let's see if they can, keep fighting back here, find a way to hold on and force this into a fifth set.
Mercy has been consistent. They've gotten 25 points in every single game. Just lost Game 2, 27-25. Mueller continues to serve, trying to give her team their first lead of Game 4. Here's a pass, Donovan. As Dorian off the block. Fleet is there. Kemp middle to Curl. The point. Mercy leads by 1.
Yeah, the Patriots have, as we mentioned, a smaller line up front. This would be the time to keep working Curl.
A 9-3 run right now for Mercy. Make that 10-3, 20-18. Liberty Christian needs a side out badly right here, and Mueller is the picture of consistency from that service line. Knowles up in the air. Donovan to Asdorian. Down the line, the point. Nice feed by Donovan as Mercy couldn't get their block together, and it's 20-19.
Yeah, very nice feed and good strike right there by Asdorian. Fleet tried to make a play on it, just didn't end up bouncing her away. And let's see if Asdorian can lead her team back.
Jaramillo into the ballgame replacing Mueller. Asdorian dug by Kemp. Pass middle to Curl off the block, the point. 21-19. 4 away is Mercy.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to keep the ball, if you're the Patriots, outside of that middle, because Curl has been, for the most part, dominant in that center.
Brianna Kemp trying to bring her team home. As Dorian back in 1, Curl sends it back, 22-19.
And now it's gut check time for these Patriots. They've been fighting all season, and this is going to be the biggest fight of the season, these next few points right here.
Kemp serves, it's clean. Donovan up in the air. Nelson brings it back, but it's another ace for Kemp. 23-19.
And if you're Mercy, you're definitely feeling it right now.
2 away from a title. Knowles up in the air. Rude, back row, Asdorian, deep ball. Kemp up and alive. Fleet. Kemp's going to send it over in 3. Nelson to Donovan. Big point here for Liberty Christian. Dug by Kemp, but it hits the ceiling. And the Patriots get the point, and they cannot afford a side out. And they're sending freshman Isabel Henson to the service line to try to bring their team back. 23-20, Mercy leads in Game 4.
A big stage here for the young freshman.
The serve is no good. And it is championship point for the Mercy Warriors. As Jessica Curl to serve, Mercy fans on their feet. Curl with the ace! And Mercy has done it. (25-13), 25-27, 25-20, and 25-20. The Mercy Warriors are your Division VI champions, a 3-1 win over Liberty Christian.
Yeah, hard-fought battle for that championship all season, and they faced a really tough test in this gritty Patriots squad. Tip of the cap to Coach Rodriguez and that squad this season for weathering the storm and advancing the championship round, but for Mercy High School, getting back to where they belong, first time since 2002. Great job for that program.
Great stories both ways. For Mercy, coming back after a tough loss last year to Champion Christian, this group going all the way with a title on their minds, and they succeed. Liberty Christian, we chronicled it throughout the broadcast, Nick, with only 6 players gets all the way to a finals that nobody expected they'd be at, and they gave Mercy all they could handle.
Yeah, and it's a shame because 3 of their seniors will be graduating, but if they could put some good pieces around Lacey Asdorian, who's proved to be a very formidable player, they might be able to bounce back and find their way back in this tournament.
PlayOnSports.com post-game show coming up in just a few moments where, folks, after the awards ceremony, we'll have an interview with our player of the game for the victorious Mercy Warriors. Nick Dobas and I are going to figure that out in just a few moments. I'm Jeff Kurtz, bringing you all the action on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We'll be back with
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Back here on PlayOnSports.com. It's the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. I'm joined by our player of the game from the victorious Mercy Warriors, Brianna Kemp. A 3-1 win over a very gritty Liberty Christian squad. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
How much does it mean to the team, given that you guys were runners-up last year and it set a goal of the championship game this year? What does it mean to the squad that you actually fulfilled on that here today?
It meant a lot. We only lost 3 seniors last year, so the whole team basically wanted it. We came here knowing that we were going to have to fight hard and Liberty wasn't going to give up on us, and I think we fought pretty hard as a team.
What does it take from the beginning of the season to here to win a championship? What did you guys have to do that maybe the fans didn't get a chance to see all the work you guys put in to win this one?
Practice. We practiced so hard, and I think it was well-deserved.
Coach Zeli was telling us you guys would practice even when he didn't want to practice. You'd say, we're practicing anyway.
Yeah, Fridays.
Coach Zeli wants Friday off, and Kemp and everybody else is making him get in there and practice. So as you guys were going through this game, a bit of a bump in that game 2 and a little bit in game 3 where it looked like you guys were struggling a little bit in your passing. How did you correct that? What was happening out there? How did you adjust?
We missed quite a few serves, and we've been having trouble with our serves, but, everybody pushed, and we made our serves, so I think it helped a lot.
And we talked a lot about how well Casey passes to you and you pass to her. Mm-hmm. Is there an extra benefit there given that you guys are sisters and such?
Yeah.
Do you guys get a chance to practice at home too?
Yeah, we played together since we started playing volleyball and play year-round with each other, so we kind of know how we like it, and we get on to each other a lot. So,
how much does it mean to you to win this one with your sister on the team as well?
So much. I love it.
And how are you guys going to celebrate this win as a team? Have you even thought that far ahead?
We haven't thought that far ahead.
Denny's is open, I hear, and you guys probably haven't even had much for breakfast yet, given you had the early game. Brianna Kemp, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game as Mercy wins it. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
We'll be back wrapping up here on the postgame show in just a few moments, folks. Please stay with us.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Rejoined by my broadcast partner, Nick Dobis, as we wrap up here for the postgame show for the Division 6 championship game. Las Molinas and Hamilton set to go next, where Nick will be on the call along with Frank DiOrenzo. But as we finish up here with Division 6, we talked about it. Liberty Christian, what a fight that team put up with just 6 players.
Yeah, really an inspirational season for them. Had to battle a lot of players leaving and practicing with only 6 players, but really ran through the gauntlet here in this tournament and gave the Warriors every effort they can. And unfortunately, they just came up short, but they came up short against a very good team.
Yeah, Mercy goes last year to the final, comes up short. This year they win it. An incredibly fulfilling experience for a team that was laser-focused from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, both the Kemp sisters were really on finding each other and their other teammates. Fleet was just hammering it home most of the night, and Curl was a big presence in the middle. So they put all their, components together and found a way to win a championship.
You saw some outstanding team volleyball here today. One team playing shorthanded, the other team melding all their different skills together to win a Division 6 championship. Division 5 coming up at approximately 1 p.m., folks. Hope you'll stay with us here from Red Bluff High School. We're in the Red Bluff Gymnasium all day long here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.